the most difficult part of that character, though, was not the cha-cha-cha.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whenever she transforms, I memorized it because it took me like 18 times.
Really?
Su-su-su-do-su-do, su-su-do-su-do.
Whoa.
And yeah, I'm not going to make you say that.
Oh, goodness. I was going to say that would be a challenge.
Yeah, no, I had to memorize it because otherwise I was not going to get it down.
Hey, I'm Elise Baughman, and this is Anime Adventures. I'm an actor, and I interview anime voice actors as I travel to Comic-Cons across the country. And today, I am with Kristi Rothrock.
Hello!
Hi. So glad you're here.
I am so happy to be here. Kamehakon's been awesome so far.
Kamehakon's been awesome, and it's been awesome because our guest tables are side by side.
I know, right? I get to chit-chat with you the whole time.
It's been fun, and there's such electricity and energy at Kamehakon, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and the people are so friendly. Everyone that I've had stop by my table has just been so cool. I've loved all the cosplays. The amount of time and effort these people put in the cosplays is just unreal.
It's amazing, I know.
It is so cool. So I've had a great con so far, yeah.
Me too, but what's crazy is even though we've both been voice actors for a while, it is our first time to meet.
Yes.
And it's been such a treat. But you know what I think we should do? Jump right in. It is a Dragon Ball convention because you know this is all Dragon Ball, fan-made and fan-hosted Dragon Ball convention. So let's talk about your Dragon Ball character.
Yes, Roasie. All right,
Roasie,
so
yes.
Roasie, she is from Universe 2, and she is from the universe of love, because love conquers all, except in the Tournament of Power. Love did not conquer in that one. It came close, but you know. But anyway, she's from Universe 2, and they have this whole transformation scene. They're like magical girls, pretty much. And they're kind of a parody of magical girls. And my character, if anyone forgets who she is, you'll know the one that goes, yeah, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. That's the one. And I will say the most difficult part of that character, though, was not the cha-cha-cha.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whenever she transforms, I memorized it because it took me like 18 times. Su-su-su-do-su-do, su-su-do-su-do.
Whoa.
And yeah, I'm not going to make you say that.
Oh, goodness. I was going to say that would be a challenge.
Yeah, no, I had to memorize it because otherwise I was not going to get it down.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you like go home and memorize it, or did you say from the booth, like, let me take a moment and just come back?
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I was talking with Raleigh, the director, and I'm like, I'm just going to read this a bunch of times. And we actually just kept rolling until I got it right.
Did you really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Until we finally got the take. Yeah.
Okay, because say it again now that you have it memorized.
Su-su-su-do-su-do, su-su-do-su-do.
Su-su-su-do-su-do.
Su-su-do-su-do.
Su-su-do-su-do.
Yes, you got it.
Okay. Wow, but I can see why you took some time and memorized it and kept
It's a
rolling.
tongue twister, yeah.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. We had to tap the R in it, you know.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. And Raleigh is awesome. He's an awesome
he's
director.
fantastic.
Yes.
I love working with Raleigh. He always makes me feel like I did a really good job, even whenever I'm like, you know, you step out of the booth sometimes and you're like, okay, because you just aren't feeling it or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But he always makes you feel like a superstar when you do it.
He
And I
does.
love Raleigh.
He's so great.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's awesome to work with.
Hi, I'm Austin Weiser. Are you interested in becoming a voice actor or learning more about the voice acting craft? I've taken classes from Elise Baughman. She has private and group classes that she teaches, and I've learned to hone my confidence as an actor, to really dive deep into characters, and to really have fun and experiment. Check out EliseCoaches.com and sign up today.
Okay, let's talk about another character.
Ilulu. So I love Ilulu because she's got a lot of duality. So she has, this is Protect Ilulu. I also have Attack Ilulu.
Oh yeah, over there. We couldn't bring all of her
Yeah.
friends.
But yeah, she is a character from Miss Kaboyashi's Dragon Maid, and she's a dragon, and she comes in as a villain, like, oh, look at all this chaos I can cause. But then she gets won over by the humans, spoiler alert, and she turns into just a little sweetie pie. So whenever she's in attack mode, she's like, ah, breathing fire. But whenever she's in sweetie pie mode, she's like, can we go play at the overall shop? And so, yeah, she's a sweetheart.
So cute. Okay, and one more.
Yes, Belo Betty from One Piece. Now, this is a completely opposite character because clearly, you know, she is a woman and she has got no craps to give. And so, her power, she actually ate the pump fruit. And her power is she's got this battle flag. And anyone who has, like, you know, untapped energy, maybe they're not feeling the fight that day, she goes, now go! And everyone gets to their fullest strength. She's like the world's best cheerleader. And she also like has this cigarette and she's like, here's looking at you, kid. Like she's like that kind of gal. So I love her.
So I have a question that I feel like I know the answer to. I feel like you were very into physicality when you're a voice actor because even just in the interview, you were acting everything out. Are you that voice actor who's in the booth going, yeah?
Yep, I absolutely am.
Trying not to hit the mics like I'm trying not to hit the mic.
I am very much a hand talker, and acting involves my body. So there is a recording somewhere out there where I had, there was a metal stand next to me, and in my character, she's going wild in this moment, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Ow! Because I hit my hand on the stand. And I was like, sorry, we gotta do that again. It's gonna be real tears this time. That hurt. But I've actually whopped my own mic before too. So I'm like, all right, Kristi, calm down.
Have you at home?
Yeah, at home. I'm like, hey, you know, take it easy, Kristi. You know, you're not, you know, you don't have to go as wild with the hands. No one can see you.
That's really funny. I work with voice actors and we talk about that a lot. Like, do you bring physicality into it? And so it's so cool, like seeing you do that even as we're talking here in the interview.
Yeah, well, the best way that I can describe it is if I'm playing somebody that's like going in for attack, like I look like I'm about to eat the mic. Like I'm like, coming into it. And so it's the physicality is a really big part for me. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it really helps me get there.
Yeah, well, it is me too. But for you, where did that come from? Like, is that just you? Or did you have a theater background or an improv background? Like, where?
I had a theater background, and I studied theater. And on top of studying theater, that helps a lot because in theater, everything has to read to the back of the room. And so that's partially where it came from. But I also waited tables for 10 years, and so I got the people skills down, and that's why I'm talking because I'm always like, oh yeah, over there's the bathrooms, and over here's this, and oh, can I show you this on the menu? And so the hands became a part of my speech pattern.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes.
I bet you were a fantastic waitress as well.
Thank you.
Oh, that is awesome. What is your favorite thing about doing anime voice acting? Like with all that, because you've got such a variety of characters, like vocally and personality-wise.
Really, I think it's just not just exploring my own range vocally, but my own range emotionally. Because whenever I hear back the stuff that I've like recorded, in the moment you don't think about it obviously because you're acting, but then you hear it back and you're like, okay, hey, like it's one of those moments where you're like, I'm not bad at this because as actors we're all self-conscious.
Yes.
Absolutely. But what I really, really love is hearing that click and hearing that finally vibe, and then also the director being like, yes, this is what we wanted, and then working with the director. And with Belo Betty, for instance, Anthony Bowling was the director.
I love him. Yeah,
he's great. And he and I just kind of worked on the voice for a little bit before we even started recording.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. So that collaboration of like, hey, what should she sound like?
Yeah.
And I love that part of it too.
The collaboration part.
Yeah, the finding the voice and like finding what I can bring to it, and then also what the director wants to bring to it, and just kind of meeting in the middle. That's always really fun to figure out.
Well, and that's cool because you never know, like, did the actor just already have it, or was it something like that where the actor and the director got to collaborate and figure it out? So I love hearing that you collaborated with Anthony and figured out what that voice sounded like for this character.
Yes, definitely. And some of them, like Ilulu, my voice that I used for her, I just used the audition voice that I used because obviously that was apparently the one they wanted because I got cast. But again, you know, with this one, I just got called in for this one, and he explained the character to me. And then he was like, all right, let's work on a voice. And I'm like, cool, let's do this. Because that's like one of my favorite parts is like, let's work together.
That's so fun.
Yes.
Love the collaboration part.
I do too, yeah.
Are you interested in voice acting, or just if you're a voice actor, do you want to further your career? My name is John, and I've taken classes from Elise Baughman, and her classes are amazing. She can teach you anything from the ins and outs of the business, how to create a character from just looking at a picture, and also just the voice acting 101 to set up a microphone and set up a studio. All this has helped me, and I know it can help you. If you want to learn more about this, go to elisecoaches.com for more.
Okay, so let's pick a voice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to copy you.
I believe in you.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
All right. So, Lulu, I would typically say Lulu, but I don't know. Should I do Rose or Lulu? Which one you
Make it hard.
Okay.
Where I can't do it.
Miss Kobayashi, can we play at the candy store later?
I won't be able to pronounce that, but
Miss Kobayashi, can we play at the candy store later?
That sounded awesome.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, nailed it. Awesome.
I don't know. How do you say the name?
Kobayashi.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
you almost had it down. Like
I
you
just said it so fast. Maybe you didn't realize I mispronounced.
it was great. No, it sounded really good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
Well,
not
you
just being
are.
nice.
Well, thank you. You can tell me later at our table what you really think.
It was good. I promise.
You're like, Elise, I gotta talk to you about these voices you're doing. This was so much fun. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe, click the bell, do all the things because I've got more of these coming up. This is awesome.
Yes, I love it.
And we should like say bye in big exaggerated.
Yes.
Bye.
See you later.
So here's what I discovered after the interview that this will be a cut in. So she was in radio for how long?
10 years.
Are you still?
I just left radio like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because I used to
Okay.
live in Durant, Oklahoma,
Uh-huh.
and then I moved from a town of like 30,000 people maybe to LA.
LA.
Yeah, and so it was a
Big.
massive change.
Wow. Okay, so what kind of radio was it? Morning radio? Was it?
Yeah, I did the
Uh-huh.
morning drive, and we played all the good stuff. We played like the 80s, like Duran Duran and stuff like that. Yeah, we played that stuff. And so I was the morning jock on that. So hey, Kristi with you on B99.7 Buzz. That was Duran Duran, and you're listening to So I do radio, and as you were saying earlier, I taught college for a while. I was a college professor, an adjunct professor.
What did you teach?
Teach what you know, audio production.
Oh, audio production, of course.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say something like accounting or
Yes, architecture.
architecture, something totally unrelated.
Yeah.
Okay, so you taught audio engineering in college.
Uh-huh.
DJ, wow.
Yeah, sound has been a big part of my life for a very long
has.
time, ever since probably about, 2007.
Really?
Yeah, because that's whenever I started college and started doing like radio in college and everything.
Okay, so you majored in this, I assume.
I
and-
majored in broadcasting, had a minor in theater, went to a radio station, worked there for about 10 years, met Sunny Straight, who actually
Yes.
got me into voice acting. And
Okay.
now I was able to actually quit the radio station and move to LA because I was able to grow my career. And that alone is like heaven. I can't explain anything better than that feeling of just moving on to what you love. It is beyond compare.
You're giving me chills.
I'm
It
sorry.
is.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That is amazing.
It is.
But I know you
it's
put
been
in the
pure joy.
work too. Like, that
Yeah.
is amazing.
Thank you. It's been pure joy, honestly, and I'm so glad that I get to do this and I get to go to cons, I get to meet fans. Like, I always tell people, I'm like, the fact that I have one fan baffles me. So, like, the fact that I have people coming up, I'm just like, oh, you guys are so sweet. And, I mean, it's one of those things where, I'm a voice actor, yes, but I also stood in the kitchen last night eating cereal and no pants. Like, it's like, so I'm just a human like everyone else.
I was gonna say the real life of a
Yeah.
voice actor.
Exactly. That's
why-
exactly
yeah.
it.
We're standing in our booths, recording from home in yoga pants,
Yep.
shirts, makeup running.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, I was
that's-
sweating, you know. Yep.
Well, thank you for that. Well, you know what? Since you have had such a life change, do you have any suggestions for people who maybe want to have the trajectory, I can't speak, that you've had where you go from one career to another? And yours is related, I mean, very much so, because you've done audio, you've done morning DJ, but if somebody's wanting to make that change, what would you recommend?
My recommendation is something that I wish I would have learned a long time
Oh,
ago.
really? Okay.
And it's don't be afraid to ask. And when I say that, you know, whenever I started actually moving my career forward, the reason a lot of that happened was I just asked people like, hey, does your agent have an opening? You know, I've been looking for an agent. Here are some of my credits, you know? And like the people that I know, obviously, you know, like
Yeah.
my friends and stuff who do have agents, I'm like, hey, like, do you have any recommendations? And everyone has just been phenomenal and stellar, and like, just don't be afraid to ask, because you will get the information and you can benefit from it. And I was able to move out to LA because my husband told me, don't be afraid to ask. And I was able to move out to LA because I finally broke out of that like, oh no, I don't want to bother you mentality. Just be okay with asking, because the thing is people are people. We're all normal, we're all equal, and if you just ask somebody nicely, they'll answer it.
Oh my gosh. So that's twice in one interview where you gave me chills. I think that's a great ending. Don't be afraid to ask.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Okay. Peace out. That was